In this video, we're looking at psychodynamic theory that states that our behaviors are controlled by our subconscious. This is a very famous psychological theory by Sigmund Freud, and it has really impacted research and impacted the way we see ourselves in society, the way we perceive ourselves, and some of the actions and the impact of the environment. Okay, so let's take a closer look at this very interesting theory. Now, it says psychodynamic theory states that our behaviors are controlled by the subconscious, by our subconscious. Now, the question is, what is the subconscious? Well, the subconscious is the part of the mind that we're not fully aware of, right? So let's put it here. The part of the mind is our mind that we are not fully aware of. So it's there. We know it's there, right? But we're not aware of it. But it controls our actions. It controls our reactions. It controls our thinking and how we interact with people and so forth. It is fully there, but again, we are not fully aware of it, but it has significant impact. So according to Sigmund Freud, the theory states that the human subconscious consists of three competing factions. The first one is called the ID, and the second one the ego, and the third one is the super ego. Very interesting concepts, very interesting factions that really impact us in many ways and different ways. So let's put that here. So the first one is the ID, second one is the ego, and the third one is the super ego, right? The super ego. All right, so the first one, the ID, is difficult to maintain as it demands physical satisfaction, frequently making it the most primitive of the three types of subconscious, right? So it's very difficult to maintain. It demands physical satisfaction. And this is responsible for some of the impulsive actions that people have. Impulsive actions to buy things, go to the mall and start buying things, or just suddenly travel, or suddenly go to social events and so forth, etc. that are not planned. It's very difficult to satisfy, but again, it's always pushing us to do things, sometimes against our will. Sometimes we're not prepared for those things, but we do it anyway because the ID says we should do it. Very difficult to satisfy because it has a lot of physical demands. The second one is the ego, which exercises critical thinking, right? So this is really the smart aspect of the subconscious, right? So the ego exercises critical thinking, being the one that makes decisions, and it is partly ruled by an individual's self-perception. Very important point here. So the ego, this is, right, makes us do impulsive things. This is impulsive things, right? This one makes us think. This is critical thinking and gives us decisions. We think through the ego, and the ego allows us to make decisions, rational decisions. And then the third one is the superego, is subject to the concept of social construction. Right, so the superego is shaped by society. Right, the superego is shaped by society. And here it says it is shaped by the environment. And the environment is in society one finds himself in. It directs the individual's ethics, values, and morals. Very important aspect, right? Very important aspect of the subconscious, because the superego gives us ethics, values, and morals based on the environment, right? So these three elements are based on the environment one is raised in. And this is a very important point. So here we have the three subconscious, the three factions of the subconscious. The ID, which is impulsive, very difficult to satisfy because it has a lot of physical demands. Right? It has a lot of physical demands, for example, impulsive traveling, shopping, going to, social events, hanging out with friends and so forth, impulsive, right? And, maybe going to the gym as well. Again, very difficult to satisfy. The ego is the intellectual aspect of the subconscious, allows us to make decisions. And the superego is shaped by society, is shaped by the environment. And it directs our ethics, values, and morals. This is the psychodynamic theory by Sigmund Freud. Very important theory that allows us to understand the human subconscious, how the subconscious influences us, and how the subconscious gives us identity, and how the subconscious allows us to make decisions and to cultivate values and ethics and morals in society based on the environment in which we're raised. The psychodynamic theory has become a very critical theory, a significant theory that has been the focus of research, and again, a lot of knowledge coming from this theory, because it gives us a lot of information about ourselves and about society and about the subconscious.